Hello my friends, welcome back to my studio for another painting today. This painting here was Bahama Blue. I did that a couple of days ago. I went in there and I cleaned up a little bit some of the speckles and made the negative space a little more pronounced. And this painting here that my tripod for my camera is in front of is going to be packed up and sent to its new owner soon. So that's exciting. So I wanted to take a few steps backwards and I wanted to go back and revisit the idea of how I measure my paints. Some people use a scale. You can do that way. I did for a while, but I found that just a little cumbersome for me. So I have these 4 cups here, and this is 4 ounces. I think that's 8 or 9 ounces, 16 and 24. And of course, my handy dandy chart. And a lot of you sent me emails and I sent you copies of this chart, and I'm more than happy to do that again at dwightpours@yahoo.com. So the canvas we're doing today is a 24 by 36. So if you look at the chart, if you can see the 24 by 36, it takes 30 ounces of paint. So I'm not worried about the edges because my edges on this painting are 1/2 inch. It's still gallery wrapped. It's level 2 from Michaels. So I don't need to worry too much about the extra. So I'm not going to be using the 4-ounce cup. I just wanted to show you that sometimes I use that in different pours or in a smaller pour. So just put that aside for now. So I have these 3 sizes, and what I'm going to do in the clear plastic one, the 24 ounces, that's going to be my black dump paint, and I'm going to fill it. I'm going to go for about 20 ounces. I'm assuming that's probably up to here somewhere. I'm not going to fill it all the way up because I don't need all of it. And the reason why I don't need all of it is because in the 16-ounce cup, I'm going to be doing my puddle, or my base coat, sorry. And I want that to spread over a lot of the canvas. I'm not going to cover all corners with it, but I'll probably do 10 to 12 ounces and sort of spread that out before I do my actual puddles. So my puddles are going to be mixed in the 8-ounce cups. Now, I do not use all of the paint that I mix in the 8-ounce cups. Since I use the DecoArt Americana brand, they come in 2-ounce bottles. So I mix that up, and I mix that up with Floetrol. 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol. So that gives me, 3/4 of a cup of one of these cups. So it gives me enough paint to do a couple other paintings afterwards, if I want to, or I can combine the colors and create a custom color with that as well. So that's what I'm going to do today. What we're going to do in a few minutes here is that I am going to mix my paints, and then I'll prep the canvas, and then I'll show you the paint colors, and then I'll show you the consistency. Each cup has a purpose on my canvas. And the base coat's going to be the thinnest. This will be a little bit thicker than this. It might be hard just to tell on the video, but we'll see what we can do. And then my dump paint is just ever so slightly thicker as well. I want the dump paint to be a little bit thicker because I want it to sink as I stretch. Some of my paints are metallics today, so they work really well with this type of pour. And yeah, so we'll go from there. So guys, hang on, I'll be back in a couple of minutes here and I will go over my paints and we'll start the pour. Okay guys, the paints are all mixed for today's puddle, pour, and swirl. So down here on the end, I use DecoArt's Metallics White Pearl. That's going to go in between some of the layers. This beautiful blue is DecoArt Metallics Dazzling Metallics Ice Blue, one of my favorite colors. You can see. And then this brown is really kind of cool too. It's DecoArt's, and it's Rich Espresso. It's a great color. I've used it on numerous pours in the past. And here up front is Folk Art, and that's Rose Gold. And for my base coat that I'm going to stretch out, I used DecoArt Extreme Sheen Sky Blue Topaz. It's the first time I've used this, so we'll see how that goes. And then, of course, there's my dump paint, Artist Loft Acrylic Flow Black. And remember, all of my paints, they are mixed with 1 part paint, 2 to 3 parts Floetrol, and then a drizzle of Liquitex pouring medium. So I want to say something about recipes. Recipes are suggestions. They give you a little bit of some structure about how to mix your paints together, but sometimes you have to add more paint to thicken it up, or sometimes you have to add more Floetrol to thicken it up, or sometimes more pouring medium, sometimes pouring medium to thin it down, or water to thin it down. So it depends on the paint. Some paints are heavy body, some are more liquidy, and so you have to really play with it. So it's not necessarily one formula fits all. It is being able to get the right consistency. If that makes sense. So speaking of consistencies, now I'm going to try to show you the differences in the consistencies here. Now the first one is going to be my base coat. It's the thinnest. So if you can see it, it's basically just going right in. It's kind of hard to show you that. So it's nice and watery, okay? So on top of that is going to be my puddle, and I'm going to stack the colors, darkest to lightest. And it's a little thicker. Let's see here. It's looking thicker than I like. Let's see. It's hard to tell. I think I've got to add a little bit more water to that. Let's see. Let's look at the blue. The blue is usually a little bit thinner. So it's thicker, but it's like maybe half a mound, if that much. And then the dump paint is ever so thicker as well. So if you can see that, hopefully that's helpful. The other thing is, the longer the paints sit, sometimes they do thicken up. So I'm probably gonna have to go through and check them out again and maybe add some more water. So guys, I'm gonna paint my edges and we will do a pour. We'll catch up with you after. Okay guys, Wow, that was about an hour. I went out and took a walk. So I really love it. Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is, it's blue. I keep doing blue. I love blue. I was hoping for more of the brown, the rich espresso, and the rose, was it rose gold, to come out. It did, and I could show you up close. Of course, again, lighting's not so great in this room. So they have like blue centers. Again, the lighting does not do it justice, with sort of the brown around it. And then all this beautiful blue. All the way up here. I mean, the detail, beautiful window. Blue, 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 blue. Look at that. So guys, I hope you like this, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope what I said earlier makes some sense. I am going to do different colors, I promise you. I've got a few ideas, and I'm hoping to do that next. And yeah, guys, if you have any questions, again, feel free to comment below or send me an email at dwightpours@yahoo.com. And thanks so much for stopping by, and have a great start to the weekend. We'll see you soon.